historically, the way that this has evolved is that net new buyers drive more adoption and market cycles. And I think the question to ask is, who are the net new buyers in this cycle? And the net new buyers is the global financial system, which is a very, very big group of net new buyers. The Bitcoin ETF is just an initial offering that allows the global financial system to have basically investment rails, payment rails, ways to put capital towards cryptocurrency and towards Bitcoin within structures that they find comfortable for them and normal and something that they can do from a risk point of view. So I think if you look at the total net new market that's opening up through things like ETFs and you do the basic arithmetic on that, then even within certain conservative estimates, you can see that there's still a lot more value that can flow into not only Bitcoin ETFs, but other cryptocurrency ETFs. And in my opinion, that's really just the beginning, because the next stage is then asset tokenization, where banks see all these inflows into ETFs, and then they make assets to compete with the ETFs or to get some of that capital. Yes, I would say that's a watershed moment where the top asset managers in the world, the biggest asset manager, many of the other large asset managers have gotten to a level of comfort with the asset and the legal dynamics around the asset that they're willing to put out very structured financial products. That's definitely a watershed moment that if you talk to people about 5 years ago even, I think they would have very serious doubts about that possibility. And that watershed moment is basically a way for a very large market to access cryptocurrency. And the size of that market, I think, isn't fully understood by even the average consumer or even some of the other institutions. I think it's really quite a massive market. So it is a watershed moment, and it is really the global financial market being part of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in a way that didn't exist before.
The digital identity is not just a passport that you will have on your iPhone in a digital form. It entails just about everything the government would like to know about you. The best way to get to a modern person's heart is to say that it's convenient for them. So yes, you won't have to carry all your different papers and your passports, but the downside of it is, and I hope that people will start to see this, that the government can shut you down. So you know, if you want to buy a burger, red screen, no mark, not for you. That flight, not for you.
On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. People listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto overall slightly up, but we definitely have some altcoins still pumping. Now, guys, do not forget CME opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then once yields start moving in the morning, it'll move the market again. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday being pushed down. And yield rates definitely should be rising. Every single report we get shows that inflation is going to stick around. And then we have the dollar down, we have volume and crypto down, we have Tether and USDC, and then of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $441 billion. And make sure you're pulling a repo on a daily basis. Now, all the distractions that we see globally, guys, we know are controlled by the central bank. And we have all this debt. Even though it's nothing but paper money, we know the sheep are still asleep. But the debt narrative is going to allow them to move this global economy over to the digital economy. And along with the digital economy, of course, is a digital ID. And like she stated, they sell you on convenience, but not only that, you're going to be sold on the free money. Remember, this money is going to be programmable, being able to tell you what, where, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. And then in the fourth industrial revolution, privacy is definitely the new gold. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, all up on Friday. And remember, Canada already had spot Bitcoin ETFs. And when we look at the numbers of the flows that are coming inside the United States, it's pushed by institutions. And the fact is, not like the institutions couldn't have bought the Canadian Bitcoin spot ETFs. Remember, guys, we're in a plan. It moves in stages. I don't care whether you're looking at the stock market or cryptos, none of the numbers make sense unless you understand the fourth industrial revolution is coming. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce slams regulators' unproductive approach to overseeing crypto. And guys, we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic because she works for the SEC. She definitely could have came out and forced the issue. And then on top of it, wouldn't surprise me if she gets more power in this next administration. Now we have Trump Maga coin pumping. And the supply is very low. I think it's up over 52,000% within a year. And guys, we know in cryptos and stocks, they pump off narratives, and we know this definitely is election year. And then lastly, guys, we have Chainlink's founder, Sergey, talking about the global financial market being a part of crypto and blockchain. And we know when Swift integrated Chainlink, we know that gave Swift the all-seeing eye. The NWO will be able to see everything that you're buying. So they'll know you better than you know yourself. And then when you add an AI who can take in all this data and make it smarter, and that means they can make a clone of yourself, and it'll be able to tell you what clothes you want, what you want to eat, what you want to buy, even before you even think you want it. I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.